Hello YouTube, Dave here again. Just a quick video I wanted to make here. So today is Free Comic Book Day, and I went down to Giant Robot Comics and I picked up a few things. So the comics are pretty much for my daughter and my nephew, and they had a whole big selection of stuff there. I decided to stick with stuff that would be sort of appropriate for their ages, but where I went to, Giant Robot Comics in Dartmouth here, Nova Scotia, they also, to coincide with Free Comic Book Day, have a 30% off store-wide sale. So I'm going to show the comics that I picked up, and I'm just going to show the things that I also picked up on the 30% off sale. So, like I said, these are comics that I picked up mostly for the kids, and there are a couple of duplicates. So we'll just kind of show some of them here. So the first one that I got was The Amazing Spider-Man, which is kind of cool, and I think it's like it's mostly, I'd say, like a preview type of comic, but it's still, you know, pretty cool. It was free. It's got some stuff in here, advertisements. I also picked up Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the Avengers, because, you know, why not? They're all the craze these days. And like I said, it looks like it has previews for a bunch of stuff, so I don't know if it's just one solid comic book or if it's just got the ads kind of spread throughout. It looks like it has the ads just spread throughout. Alright, up next I picked up a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers one. This one I might keep myself. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers were sort of a huge part of growing up for me as a kid in school, elementary school. They were really big. And yeah, so I mean, this one looks pretty cool. You got like the Green Ranger, who was always my favorite, had sort of the coolest looking outfit and the coolest sword. Anyway, so I thought I'd pick that one up as well. This one I definitely got for the nephew. This is Transformers Unicron. So he's a big Transformers fan, and of course it has the they each had a spot for the store to put individual stickers on, which was cool. I also picked up a Star Wars Adventures, so this looks like it might tie into the Solo film. Don't really know a whole lot about it, but I figured I'd pick that one up. So there's a couple ones here that I have duplicates of. I think they're all duplicates, maybe with the exception of one. So let's just go to the one. I also picked up an Adventure Time comic for my nephew, because I know he likes Adventure Time, so he'll like that. And yeah, so the rest are duplicates here. So the first two I'm going to show were ones that I picked up, one for my daughter and one for my fiance, because I thought it might be kind of cool for them to be able to kind of read together, kind of thing, or both have a copy of. So this is DC Superhero Girls. You know, like Wonder Woman, Poison Ivy, Batgirl, Supergirl. So like I said, I thought I'd pick one of those up for each of them, because it's just sort of a neat little thing there. And there were still, like, stacks and stacks of this stuff. I mean, the store wasn't, quiet either. I mean, there was a lineup outside the door to get in, but they had a whole bunch. I talked to the owner and just asked, is it okay if I pick up a couple of duplicates, because I don't want one of everything. And there's absolutely no problem with that. They're usually pretty good down there. We also have the Disney Princess. So I got this because it had Ariel on the cover, and I didn't actually flip through it. I'm assuming it's focused around the Little Mermaid, which it looks to be. And my fiance loves, like, the Little Mermaid. That was, I think, one of her favorite Disney movies as a kid. And so I got one for her and one for our little one. And then my my nephew and our little girl both are huge fans of Pokemon, so I had to get them each a Pokemon comic. And this is actually in the style of a manga too. So you read from left to right, sort of thing, which is kind of cool. It's interesting, like, you start, how they kind of just, it's the opposite side that we're sort of used to. But anyway, so I thought I would pick that up. And it even actually says here how to, sorry, right to left, not left to right. So it actually tells you how to read through the comic, which I thought it was pretty cool because, again, I'm picking this up for, you know, for kids ages 9 and 12, so I don't know. I doubt they'd have too much familiarity with manga. So as far as my pickups for the 30% off sale, there weren't a lot of things, I don't know what that is, on the table. There weren't a lot of things that I was really particularly looking for in the store today. I already pre-ordered my copy and paid for my copy of Mordecai and his Tome of Foes, so that's on its way. But I figured since there were some, 30% off sale, I'd save a fair amount of money picking up a few different things. So the first thing is I decided to pick up the Teferi Planeswalker deck for Magic the Gathering. This is for the Dominaria set, and it actually has the little indicators on the top there, which I don't know if the other ones did that at all. I'll have to kind of go through and look. I know I'd said that I wasn't really overly interested in buying too many more of these decks. Like, I'm passing on the last dual decks because I don't really necessarily care. I mean, it'd be cool to have the Elf deck, but, it just doesn't work for me. I'm not huge on, what it was. And with the latest Dominaria set, it had another Chandra Planeswalker, which is fine, but I already have a Chandra deck that I kind of like. So I think from now on I'll just stick to maybe, unless I really like the Planeswalker deck that features one that I already have, I think I'm just going to focus on ones that I don't have. So I've got the Teferi here, and I'll do a separate video for that at some point. This normally retails for $20 here in Canada, and that's at local game stores. If I were to try to get this at Walmart, it'd be $25, just so you know the difference in the prices there. So this was normally $20, but I saved $6 on it, so it only cost me like $14 plus tax, which is pretty cool. I also picked up some sleeves with it. And I picked up the orange ones because I have a few orange sleeves left over. So I can actually use this to sleeve up two different decks, because I have another older Planeswalker deck that I gave my sleeve copy of it away because I had another one, so I'll sleeve both of those up at some point. And these are the Dragon Shields, again in Canada, are normally $10 for 100 pack of sleeves. But it only cost me $7 for this, so again I saved $3. And the big thing, which will probably be the next video that I do, is I decided to give the randomized miniatures another shot. So let's just zoom out a little, or not zoom out, but pan up a little bit here. So this is Icons of the Realms Monster Menagerie 3. So this is the plastic, pre-painted miniatures. A few different things that you can possibly get on the side here. I'd be, okay. I mean, the one I'd really love to get is that Olrithid, or Ulitharid. Anyway, it's like the next type of Mind Flayer, which is really cool. Bracelet, of course, will also be pretty cool. So I picked this up because, as you can see here, I don't know how well it's going to show up on the camera, but the retail price is $24.99 for these things in Canada, and that's pretty much the standard price. That's not like a jacked up price or anything like that. Every store that I've gone to that's had these has had the same price tag on them. There were some Pathfinder ones. I was hoping to actually get a package of the Pathfinder ones because it was a smaller package, but it was also less because it didn't have like a huge figure in there. And this feels kind of light, so I'm concerned about what might actually be in here. But this was $24.99 for 4 miniatures, and I've talked before about how much I wasn't a fan of that price, and that was back when the price was like $23 or something like that. So they've gone up a little bit in the last couple of years. But I saved $7.50 on this, so it ended up being like $14.50 or something like that. So I saved a decent enough amount that I figure, I may as well give this a shot. So, like I said, what I'll probably do is actually have an opening for this that I'll put up tomorrow. So anyway, this isn't going to be a fancy edited video or anything. I'm going to be uploading just the raw file, try to get out there as quickly as possible, because Free Comic Book Day is still going on. And if you live in the Halifax, Dartmouth area, again, Giant Robot Comics, and here's their address, so a little free advertising for them. 114 Woodlawn Road, there's their phone number. They are having a 30% off store-wide sale, so it's probably a good time to go down and pay them a visit. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you've picked anything up for Free Comic Book Day, let me know in the comments below what you got. Maybe the selections may be different from where you are. And again, there were some more adult-oriented comics that were there, but I'm not really interested in them for myself. There were no D&D ones, for example, so I didn't really bother with that. But let me know if you guys picked anything up, and if there's stores in your area, if they're doing big sales to coincide, let me know that as well, because, you know, the viewers that might be in your area might be interested. Anyway, again, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time.